Listen, earn white, buy black. Own black, sell to everybody. Say that one more time. Earn white, buy black. Own black, sell to everybody. You can have your corporate job. No problem with that. Bring your money back to the neighborhood. Buy with your people. You can own your business. You can own your side hustle. Sell to everybody. The only color you worried about in that realm is green. After this weekend at the Black Romance Book Fest, I see right now that the black dollar can easily circulate around the black community with no issue. We need to replicate this in every way possible. If you own a business, hire black. B2B doesn't just have to be business to business. It could be black business to black business. Another example is the hair care industry. Let's control the supply chain. We are the endpoints. We're who they are selling to. Make them do business with us. Either do that or become the source, whichever one in these upcoming months, hell, in these upcoming years.
What's going on, guys? Check this out. Did you know how rich black people are in America? I'm in South Africa and I got a little group right here and we're all going to Cape Town today. And we've learned all about apartheid and how white folks have so much money here and stuff like that, right? But did you know that black spending power in a given year, $1.8 trillion, is almost 5 times greater than the entire GDP of all of South Africa, white people included. So don't ever let anybody make you think that we don't and we can't have as much wealth and income as white people, because all those white South Africaners who were oppressing us and running apartheid and running entire systems, who built their own educational systems, their own sports leagues, their own everything, their own entertainment, media, and everything else, we are nearly 5 times richer than they are. You are freaking powerful, man. And here's the thing. You're not broke. A lot of y'all are just broken. And so when you look at this, when you consider the fact that we blow through 5 times more money than the entire South African economy, that's an opportunity. We get our mind right, and then we do what Ash Cash says, my buddy, who get our money right, and we really get to the point where we really embrace our economics and our wealth building as much as we embrace sports and everything else. We won't just conquer the U.S., we're going to conquer the world. Partnering with Africa is part of that. That's why we're taking trips over here to Africa. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm getting in line I'm literally getting in line as security as I talk to y'all about this, but this excites the hell out of me. We have more income than not just South Africa, major countries, Belgium, Australia, Austria. You can keep going down the list. So don't ever tell me black people ain't got enough money, because that's a damn lie. If you want to join, I teach this every morning. 10,000 people join us every morning. We're in the revolution right now. If you want to join us here on Instagram, put the word voice in the chat and I'll send you an invitation to join the class for free. All I ask is that you bring your family, or if you're not on Instagram, text the word money to the number 87948. My PhD's in finance. I study this for a living. That's why this excites me so much. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
White folks are not even thinking about black people. Do you know who white folks are thinking about? They're thinking about white folks. They're thinking about their children, their wives, their husbands, their communities, their businesses, their educational system. They're not thinking about you. I had a good white friend who said to me, George, I know the problem with black people. I said, oh, really? Really, Bob? What might that be? He said, you spend all your time thinking about us, and we don't spend any of our time thinking about you. Therefore, if you're not thinking about you, and we damn sure ain't thinking about you, who's thinking about you?
Okay, I want to address something that I saw on YouTube in regards to a question on why we are not hearing from a lot of black farmers during the midst of this economic decline here in the United States.
What's up, folks? Trev here, one of the Gots to Do Better brothers. And before I play the rest of that clip, I just want to kind of premise it by saying that this does not only apply to black farmers. It applies to so many aspects of our society, especially with what's happening these days. Why aren't we hearing black people complain, even though we're in the same economy? So listen up and I'll share the answer with you on the other end of this clip.
A lot of black farmers have had to learn to be self-sufficient without government support. So in my opinion, that's why you're not really hearing from a lot of black farmers right now, because there's not a lot of us, and a lot of us don't have loans like that. Yeah, that's just my opinion, but what we can do is go and talk to Dad and see what Dad has to say about all of this.
Hear from the OG.
Yeah, so let's go check on Dad, like I was saying, and have him give his opinion on
I like that hat.
the state of black farmers here in the United States, because you don't hear too many of them,
I like the
I
glasses,
said, complaining online.
Got style.
And maybe he has an opinion that is slightly different from my own. Why do you personally think that black farmers are not online complaining about what's happening with the government and government policy and complaining about losing money right now?
I think the black farmers, they're going back to old school. They learn by now how to keep the man out their pocket. See, they learn to pay for things cash. They learn to pay off the house, pay off the farms. The government always talk about subsidies, different types of subsidies. When they sign up for the program, we as a group don't get it. You know, it goes to other people. Be honest with you, they go to the white farmers, the Asian farmers, and the system is set up for the black people, but the black people don't get it. Don't get the money. They'll find a loophole in there and a heartbeat.
So I just want to highlight that answer because it's so true. We've been excluded. The one thing that 400 years of oppression has done to our people is exclude us. You think about acts like the Homestead Act. We all know about that. Go west, young man. If you can farm the land, it's yours. That's one of the greatest builders of generational wealth for white people. Free land, just farm it and it's yours. That was denied on the most part to black people. Same thing with the GI Bill. You think about Levittown, where they wrote into the mortgages that you are not supposed to sell to black people. White people, another big percentage of wealth.
White Americans are outraged, are angry, are furious about this whole thing of, they have been taught that poverty has been designed, has been made only for the black Americans or only for the black people. They feel like poverty ain't their thing. Poverty can't be handling them in that situation. In that way, poverty should only belong to the black Americans. They're learning it in a hard way. After them voting in Trump to be in power, they have discovered that black Americans have always been rich. But because they have been given that privilege of being white and everything, they feel like they shouldn't be facing hardship in life at all. Everything should be run smoothly in the life. Okay? But now, they have realized one thing, that black people are never complaining for 1 or 2, 3 reasons. Why? I have clips here. Watch them. I'll come back and tell you why does black people always be rich, but they don't even talk about it. Clips here. I will come back.
I don't know what y'all want from us, and I don't know why it's always expected for the black community to put on a cape and help, protect, and support everybody, all while nobody is there to help, support, and protect us. I don't understand. And when it comes to everything that the Hispanic and brown communities is going through right now, I definitely feel for them. But what do y'all expect or want us to do? And why should we do it? Because everything that is going on right now is all things that he said he was going to do. And your community had no issue with those things when you all assume they will only affect black people. But now that you all see that not only are they affecting you all, but he came after y'all first, now y'all want our assistance?
In my employee relations experience in general, so over the last like 10 plus years, one thing I've noticed is in the workplace, black people don't talk, they do not complain. White people, they will band together and they will complain about that manager. As soon as one person raises up and says, this person is not good for us, they don't align with the culture, they don't align with the values, my skip level isn't doing anything, they will speak up, they will be witnesses, they will come forward and they will say what they need to say, and trust me, things will be done. But it's not even just black people, other ethnic minority groups in the workplace do not feel like they can do the same thing, or don't feel empowered to do the same thing.
We're not the greatest at complaining, but we're good at finding networks and talking to each other.
Yeah, but then it stays within that network.
This video for blacks and blacks only. No disrespect to no other nationality, race, or culture. This is for blacks. Hey, I'm speaking to y'all from the heart. Stop complaining about what this government or anyone ain't doing for you. Get your ass up. I make no excuses. I did almost 20 years in the federal system. I came home and had to get my life together. I stayed focused. I did what I had to do. I didn't look for no handout. Stop thinking that somebody owed you something. Once you wake up and mature and realize that nobody owe you shit, nobody coming to save you, your life will be better. I know a lot of people gonna say, man, but my ass. Get off your butt and do what you need to do. If you stop complaining, focus, get a master plan, and apply it to your life, and smash.
If you are white and you don't know what redlining is, this is a very important video for you and you need to buckle up. Redlining is the reason why you have mostly black neighborhoods and mostly white neighborhoods. Why in black neighborhoods you see that they're disproportionately affected by poverty. So this started with the Homeowners Loan Corporation in the 1930s. So picture a map where some areas are green and some are red. So the green areas is where they said, okay, we can provide loans to them and government-backed mortgage assistance. Now the red was considered hazardous. They were cut off from mortgage insurance and loans. Guess what neighborhoods were the ones in the red? Predominantly black and people of color. So what this did was made it almost impossible to buy, sell, and refinance their homes. So essentially they were trapped where they were. So in these green, predominantly white areas, they were able to grow in wealth. So the focus wasn't on the redlined areas. They weren't taking care of these areas. They weren't upkeeping them. So this led to the devaluation of the redlined areas. You literally have a system that allows white people to prosper, to accumulate wealth, while literally forcing black people to remain where they are, ensuring that it is extremely hard for them to succeed. It was only in the 1930s, okay? The effects exist today. You have generational wealth and generational poverty, generational home ownership and generational lack of home ownership. To this day, you still have racist realtors, you still have racist home buyers that don't want to buy homes from black people. Black people experience discrimination when they are applying for a job. They get paid less in general for the same job as their white counterpart. If you're a white person that's like, oh, black people only make up 13% of the population, but there's such a disproportionate amount of crimes that they commit. Listen, when people are disproportionately affected by poverty, they're going to disproportionately experience crime. It's not a black, white, or brown thing. Where you have poverty, you have higher rates of crime. It's literally as simple as that. The color of somebody's skin doesn't make them inherently bad. What do? We get rid of the generational wealth gap. We support black businesses. We talk about race. We call out racism. We speak truth. If you have a racist employer, you don't work for them. The second they open their mouth and say who they are, the second you notice that they're denying.
Right now, we do not have not one single black community in America. All you got are black neighborhoods. A neighborhood is where you eat and sleep. A hotel is a neighborhood. And in some of these neighborhoods, it's gotten so bad now, they're not even neighborhoods anymore. Crime has gotten so high, they ran the neighbor out. All you got left is a hood. That's why they call it the hood. Nothing left in there. They don't have any communities. A community must have three elements. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can produce jobs, services, goods, products, and resources for your own people. Two, the second thing you must have in there, you must have a code of conduct, saying this is how we're going to behave. Here's how we're going to love and support each other, appreciate them, care about them, protect them. And lastly, you must have politicians elected to office who will represent you first and foremost. You don't put black folk in public office that will look out for everybody else before they look out for you. If you don't have those three.
300,000 black women lost their jobs since January. So that's an indicator that things are coming for the broader economy that hit us first. Yep. Now, my white friends are like, oh, I'm in a crisis. Well, shoot, black people have been in a crisis every Tuesday. We've been doing so much with so little, with so long, we can almost do anything with nothing. So crisis shouldn't bother us. But if you're not prepared for it, if you don't understand what's going on, then you'll make the wrong moves. Charity is out. It's done. You're gonna probably have 15 to 20% of current nonprofits go out of business in the next 18 months because folks are trying to squeeze, are trying to starve these nonprofits so they don't have to listen to all this. So success is being able to not survive, but to exist for the reset. I want you to exist for the reset. And I want you to prepare to become her customer. Now, I've got, she said 30 to 50 locations. No, I want 200 locations. Yes. They're not doing that on charity. I'm the only nonprofit in the history of this country, ever allowed to operate out of a bank branch in U.S. history. That's not out of charity. I go from Wall Street to Main Street. I get our people rehab, get our credit score up, debt down, savings up, flip the person around.
It has come to a point whereby white people are feeling like black people are being favored by the economy. Why? Economy is crushing them. With the whites now, the economy is crushing them. Not because it ain't crushing blacks too. But blacks, even before, blacks had nothing. So even if everything goes, they don't feel like anything's changing. Everything looks normal because they have had that life from the beginning. So when we talk about poverty, they have always seen black people as poor because white people had everything. They could go in any place willing and afford everything. Now, when they see a black person driving a beautiful SUV, they feel like, how did he afford that car? And how was he able to afford that car? Black Americans have lived in that life for a long time, for over 400 years. But now, white Americans have experienced a taste of their own medicine for only 1 year, and they can't bear it anymore. They can't take it anymore. But black people have been taking that medicine for the past 400 years, over 400 years. So that's why they feel like the economy is favoring black, because blacks ain't complaining, blacks ain't protesting, blacks ain't coming to the street to fight anybody for whichever price of the product is. They feel like poverty is now going to their side, and now it's now leaving the black community. But black people have been living in that poverty for a long time now. They have now get used to that life. Listen, they still in that hardship, they're still able to afford everything. They're still able to afford life, afford food, afford their houses, and afford almost pay for their hospital fee and everything. They have everything figured out. Not because they are rich, but because they have been living like that for the past 400 years. So I'm trying to imagine if a white person will be able to live for that kind of life for only 5 years. Will they be whites in this world? Will they be whites in this world at all? Because if they can't afford this simple life, and everything is out there for them just to work hard and get them, they feel like they have been told one thing, no matter how much poor you are, a black person can never exceed you, can never exceed your potential, exceed you in brain, exceed you in almost in wealth, exceed you on almost everything. So they have grown knowing that a black person should always be below me because I'm white. And this is America. This is my country. So there's no way a black person could be able to afford a car, a new house, and living in some neighborhood, and I'm still living there, but I can't even be able to afford that building. So they feel like that the economy is now favoring black Americans. But that ain't the truth. The truth of the matter is that white people have always been given everything on their platter. They have always been given everything they wanted on their platter. Good jobs, good cars, good houses on a very good price. Now, when Trump raised tariff for the landlords, people who build the homes and everything, then they had to raise the price of the house and everything. Now that thing is crashing all the white Americans. They feel like black people are living the life like everything is figured out. Nothing is figured out yet. We are living our normal life. That's how we have been living for the past 400 years. So economy ain't favoring us, ain't favoring the blacks. Economy is this way, and this is how it has been before to us, but not to you, because you have always been given everything you wanted. Tell in the comments, do you feel like economy is favoring black people, or white people are just not able to work hard and get what they want? Peace be with them out.